Hi there. This is the next lesson in our Blondes Prefer Gentlemen series, The Art of Manliness. One thing that I would love to teach a man is how to give a great compliment. Now, I have a little list of some of the things that guys have said to me when what they want to say is, hey, wow, you look lovely. Instead it comes out, hey, hot stuff. Or one time I had been carrying in some things. I was doing a jewelry display in this hotel, and I had to go back and forth several times unloading my car. And there were some people obviously there from out of town, and there was a little demi wall that I kind of kept having to go back and forth, and finally one of the guys just couldn't help himself. He craned his neck and says, "Damn, darling, you're looking hot tonight." Now, I guess any compliment is better than no compliment, right? But that's really a gentleman finds a more dignified way to deliver a compliment. And I shouldn't be ungracious about receiving a compliment. What am I supposed to say then? Curtsy. Oh, thank you. But I think it's a great thing to, number one, acknowledge that somebody has put in the effort to look their best as a lady. And if that's the kind of compliment, a physical compliment, there's the one kind. And it's also a great idea to be very specific about what you compliment. For example, if you like the way a woman has styled her hair, tell her that. I love the way you styled your hair. Or, wow, you smell scrumptious. Or your skin looks just glowing today. Be real specific. Some vague compliment is, yes, it's a compliment. Like, wow, you look nice. Well, what is that? What is nice? What if you tell, a kid to say something nice about his teacher? My teacher's nice. Well, what is that? That tells nothing. Let's dip into our jar of adjectives and create something that's more juicy, that's more meaningful, that's something that somebody could really, really appreciate. Because after all, isn't that the idea of complimenting people, is to reflect on them what you love about them. If it's an intangible quality that's not physically related, you can say something like, wow, you're such a great listener, or I love how kind you are with children. That was really a beautiful thing you did. Or, oh my gosh, these cookies are delicious. I love how the chocolate just melts when you bite into it, or something. What I'm getting here, this is a brief lesson about compliments. Men love compliments, right? So do women. Some women really, really love to be adored. And every little thing that she can do to please you, if you would like her to continue doing those things, it's really nice to be acknowledged. Of course, men, you are entitled to the same kind of courtesy. And so I would give the same kind of advice to a woman about being a lady. Learn how to give a compliment. Don't just throw something out there because you think, I should give a compliment. Be attentive. Be attentive to all the little details. I'm going to tell you one more little story that I will never forget. It was one of the first dates I went on after I was divorced. And it was, I don't know, one of my second or third. And I was very, very unsure of myself, having practically zero self-esteem. And, I've always taken care of myself from the top of my head down to the tips of my toes. And I met this man in a public place, and we met, and I got in his car. We were going from that place to go have lunch, and he put his hands in his head like this. And I said, I thought, oh no, he's displeased, because I had met him online at a faith-based single site, and I did. My heart just kind of sank, and I said, are you okay? Is everything okay? And he said, hang on. I don't know what to say. And I was really upset that he was displeased with me or something like that. And he goes, let me just try. I took a deep breath again. He finally looked at me right in the eyes, and he said, you are an explosion of jewels. I don't know where to focus my eyes. Your toenails, your eyes, your lips, your hair, your chest, your fingernails, your blood. I mean, you're just an explosion of jewels. Now, I certainly was not expecting that. But can you imagine? With such sincerity, I mean, literally, it took his breath away. Like that he almost had to get help breathing, which was so wonderful. Compliments light people up, and gentlemen give good compliments that are classy and dignified. By contrast, I had another guy that I met in a park in a public place, and I wasn't there 1 minute or something. And he looked at me, and he looked right at my chest. Mind you, this is our first meeting. And he said, nice rack. Nice rack. Hello? What am I supposed to do with that? Where am I supposed to go? How does that make me feel? Like I'm a Flintstones car or something? Yeah, I didn't see him again. And I didn't stay. So, the difference between having somebody who's a lady in your life and having somebody that's a fleeting, little trophy or whatever. Learn how to give a good compliment. Now, one of my neighbors I told that story to, and he was a police officer, and he told me that in his circle that was a great compliment. Well, I could have said thank you, I suppose, but the way that he said it was so salacious and just so insulting almost that it made me feel less than. It made me feel less than ladylike. It made me feel less than special. It made me feel like I was just some sort of object. And ladies don't like to feel like objects. We like to be treasured and adored and very special. So the difference between a really great compliment and something that's going to get your face slapped, perhaps, is just a matter of a little quick inside the space it takes from here to get out to here. Think about what it sounds like. Would you say it to a queen? Would you say it to a princess? Would you say it to a mother? Those are pretty good indicators if you would say it to somebody who is royalty. For indeed, isn't that what we are? Aren't you looking for your queen? Treat her like one. So, thank you for joining me on this little lesson about being a gentleman. Blondes really do prefer gentlemen, and being a gentleman is timeless. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.